This is question 7 of LSAT PrepTest 158's first logical reasoning section, section 2. And as always, we will select our highlighting tool if it weren't selected, and we are going to read the question task to identify what we have to do in this problem first. And it reads, which one of the following, if true, most seriously weakens the researcher's argument? Well, this is one of our big four most predictable tasks, so I just highlight seriously weakens as we read it, and we know what we're being asked to do. And we know that we should try to predict what the answer might be mentally, at least at a broad level, if this is a real life and somewhat easy to understand situation. So we'll read the prompt on the left, keeping our highlighting tool selected to highlight the conclusion once we identify it. So the researcher states, in a recent study of elementary school computers, we found that all keyboards and most monitors were positioned higher than recommended for children. Well, this is just a statement of fact. We don't need to highlight it. Consequently, children were seated in ways that encouraged craned necks, awkwardly placed wrists, and other unhealthy postures. So, again, this is just a fact of what had happened. Next, evidently, most elementary school computers are installed without consideration of their effect on posture, and thus put children at the same risk for repetitive stress injuries as office workers. So, our conclusion is this final sentence that we'll highlight. And we need to show that just because children were seated in awkward ways, ultimately, that these school computers put children at the same risk for repetitive stress injuries as office workers. So, in order to weaken this argument, we want to show somehow that children are not as at risk of these stress injuries as office workers would be. So, looking at choice A, the recommended height for computers is different for children than adults. Okay, it's just different. How? We have no idea. Does that make it better? Does that make it worse? Well, regardless, we are going to have additional information to evaluate choice A, so we can eliminate it for that reason. Next, choice B, children spend more time working with computers at home than at school. Well, spend more time, how much more time? And what is the impact of changing their computer time from home to school? Is it better? Is it worse? Again, choice B introduces more questions than the answers, so we can eliminate it for needing additional information as well. Then choice C, the greater suppleness of children's bodies makes them less susceptible than adults to repetitive stress injuries. Well, ding, 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 this is exactly what we needed. We needed a reason that the children would not be at the same risk of the repetitive stress injuries as the adult office workers would be. And choice C gives that reason that the children's bodies are just less susceptible to that type of injury. And of course, we could highlight that just to make sure we know why we selected it. Then choice D, office workers' keyboards and monitors are usually not at the recommended heights for healthy postures for adults. Well, we're concerned with the children. So, what's happening with the adults doesn't really have an impact either way on the children being at less risk or more risk. So, we can eliminate choice D for that reason. And then choice E, office workers are more likely to report injuries than children are. Well, wonderful. They're more likely to report them. Does that mean that they have them or don't have them? Again, we need additional information to state that choice E definitely weakens the conclusion, whereas choice C certainly does.